I did a video a while back and it was called Corporate Jobs Don't Care About You. It's time to quit that 9 to 5 job. And during that video, I discussed about how it's very easy for you to lose your job even in an emergency crisis. If something was to happen in your family or to your vehicle or some things that are beyond your control, even if you have been a loyal worker from day one, there is still a possibility that you can lose your job because at the end of the day, it's about them and it's not about you. Now, you already know that right now we are in this sort of crisis going on. And I know you guys are seeing the news where people are being laid off left and right from these jobs. And I personally feel like they only call it a layoff because they want to make it seem a little bit more nicer, a little kinder. Right now, we can't have you here, so we're going to just let you go for a little while with the hopes and possibility that you can come back. But a lot of you are very much aware that when you are laid off, there will be no coming back. It's just a little sugar, just a little added sugar to make it sound a little sweet, so that you can digest the fact a little bit easier that you no longer have any work. Well, in the midst of that, I realized once again in some of my hidden comments that someone had made a comment to me, and I'm going to read that comment because I think that it deserves to have center stage. So I'm going to read that to you, and then we're going to discuss this. And once again, I do want to apologize for all of my hidden comments. I am attempting to do much, much better on finding all of those. YouTube, why are you hiding my comments? Okay, so anyway, let's just get to it. This is from Karriel, maybe it's calling it wrong, Karriel. And this was a long while back, but I have you now. And once again, please accept my apologies. I couldn't agree more. I was recently laid off Friday out of nowhere, and I admit I got really comfortable with my job since it was my very first work from home job for 2 years now. Since I'll be 25 this year and made decent money. Everyone was nice there, and it sucks that they laid me off with no warning, but most of these companies expect you to give them at least a 2-week notice not to burn bridges. They told me it was massive change in the department I was in. I'm a digital marketer, and so marketing department. I'm very familiar with the marketing department. I was in the marketing department as well. And I was let go immediately. I felt really numb because it was the first time I got laid off, and it really felt like I was the only one that did. They said it had nothing to do with my performance, but sometimes I feel like it's something more. They were very vague, but it's whatever. I'm sure it's better opportunities elsewhere. Kind of change my trajectory that if these jobs see an opportunity, even if it means to get rid of you, they will definitely do it. It just feels so inhumane. Well, first of all, I want to say again, thank you for that comment. And I do apologize for the late delivery or response to that comment. And it does feel very inhumane. And I remember, I don't know exactly what year it was, but there was somebody put in the comment section, tell me when they started doing this, where they have the right to let you go without reason, just like you have the right to quit without reason. And see, a lot of these corporations have taken that very, very thing and turned it into something that it should not be. And as far as having to give them a 2-week notice and they just up and lay you off, I'm here to tell you at the end of the day, it's about the job. It's about the work. It's about what you bring to the table for them. They give you a paycheck so that you'll keep coming back. That's your incentive to come back. But when they no longer need you, they will cut you. And that goes back to the story that I told about showing up at a location. And this was before the recession actually started. Or maybe it was in the mix of the beginning of the recession, 2008, 2009. No notice at all. And when I got to work, my job was no longer there. It was over. Everybody's outside. Nobody was aware. They didn't give us any warning. A job will do that to you. Not saying that you shouldn't work a job, because once again, I'm not telling anybody to actually let your 9-to-5 job go, especially if you do not have something lined up that can replace that job. But what people need to realize is that at the end of the day, your job, your 9-to-5 that you go to every day, it is not all about you at all. It's about them and what they need. And some people find it hard to wrap their heads around that. But ask yourself, if they never needed help, would they have ever even hired you? Of course not. You would have never stepped foot inside of their location. If you work from home, they would have never given you a position. They hire us because they need us. And that's fine. Because when people need help, they hire folks. Just like if I need some help here around the house, I'll hire somebody to help me. But once you finish with whatever work it is that I hired you for, I expect you to leave. But that's just because it's only like contractual work. That's what we're talking about there. But as far as a 9-to-5 job, these jobs that they done set you down at a desk soon as you got started, or doing your orientation, or doing your training, and had you signing up for 401ks and your health insurance, and do you want dental? Do you want to sign up for our business life insurance? It'll have you in your head thinking that I'll be here until I'm ready to go. But it's not the case. These are the beautiful incentives that they put in front of you like a bowl of candy in front of a child, just to entice you to come on over here. You know what I mean. They give you that, but they have no intention on forever keeping you. Their intention is to keep you until they no longer need you. So if you are one of the few who get lucky and get a job to where they never cut you loose, you know what I'm about to say. Kudos to you. But there are a lot of people who have experienced this time and time again. And we can't actually just blame the actual corporation themselves in the first place. If you want to think about it. I know I'm kind of contradicting what I've said, but think about it. If they don't need you, should they keep you? If you owned a corporation and you hire workers, and you realize that your budget was not adding up, or there was cuts, major cuts that you needed to make in order to keep your profits at a particular level. And so you knew that you was going to have to let some people go. Would you or would you not? It's all about owning a business. That's why I always tell people, if there's a way for you to try to make money for yourself, to where you don't have to answer to anyone. You don't need to have a boss because you could be your own boss. If there's a way for you to make that happen, whatever hustle, whatever skill you may need to get so that no one can fire you because there's always going to be people out there needing your service, then I suggest that you start trying to make those moves for yourself so that you don't find yourself in one of those situations. Now, of course, I'm an entrepreneur and I do all of these different things for myself. I run a YouTube channel go up and then the funds go down. I do field inspections. Things can go up and then during the holidays they flop. But at the end of the day, I am prepared mentally to deal with that. Why? Because no one else is doing it to me. No one has made me all of these quote unquote promises. And when I say promises, I don't mean that they actually promised you. They just flashed you a bowl of candy to entice you to come and have you really mentally thinking that this can be my job until I no longer need it. No one's doing it to me. This is just something that's happening. This is a part of the game that I chose to play. It feels a whole lot better when I have to struggle through something and I know I'm struggling through it because of choices that I made versus the fact that I show up at a job and I no longer have employment. To Kirill, if I'm calling your name right, if I'm not, please, my apologies. I really, really, really pray that things got better for you. And trust me, we all go through this. People, once again, are being laid off by the dozens, by the thousands, right now as we speak. I watch the news and I see all of these people losing their jobs unexpectedly. Hell, it's the holiday season. And heaven forbid if they were already behind, needing to catch up on bills, wasn't expecting this to occur at all. Children, things that they know they need to take care of right now, because kids don't understand that mama or daddy no longer has money coming in. All they know is it's the holiday season. And they're expecting what they always get. And it's very easy to say, well, you just got to tell them this year they won't get nothing. But at the end of the day, as a parent, and as a parent who loves their children, and who always try to do whatever they can to keep smiles on those little faces, tell me how hard that's going to be. So my prayers go out to all of these people who are enduring all of that. Even my work has begun to slow down because it's the holiday season. But I got to do what I got to do to stay afloat, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to be all right, just like anybody else who's out here listening at me, and your workload has started to slow down because it's the holiday season. A lot of people who are entrepreneurs do work that is affected solely based off of what's happening right now with the government shutdown. Everybody is experiencing the burn. And once again, I really, really hope that things have gotten better for you, because at your young, tender age, you have a whole lot to be looking out for. And hopefully a whole lot of life ahead of you. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because you know I'll be bringing you back something later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.